We are a charity that run the Black Prince Trust Community Sports Hub, and our aim is to provide accessible opportunities for people in the local community to come and access sport, physical activity and health and wellbeing initiatives.
So my organisation is BASIS, with the British Association for Sustainable Sport, and we try to introduce these sustainability principles into the way that we manage our sports events, our sports clubs, and everything to do with the way that we organise our sport. These hints and tips will be transferable to other clubs, groups and sports organisations around the country. Can you tell me a bit about how you approach energy efficiency and the way that you use energy in the hub?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of our taps and our showers, they're all on sort of push buttons, so they're on a sort of timed usage and that sort of thing. For some of our lights, we do have sensors. So all the outdoor lighting is sensors. The lights in the kind of admin building, we have signage next to the switches asking people to turn it off to preserve energy and that sort of thing when they leave the rooms.
I think we have to remember when we're operating our spaces, you know, we are where we are, the facilities are there. So to take the opportunity with the refurbishment to actually put in LED lighting, reduce all those environmental impacts, I think makes a lot of sense. And I see in some places you've got your recycling and your general waste bins together.
Yep.
But in other areas I have noticed that there's maybe just only the general waste bin. So what are you doing to encourage your site users to recycle and dispose of their waste properly?
Yep, so we've got lots of signage around the site. We've got these bins in all the office spaces as well, and the indoor spaces. And we've got a water fountain, we've got one outside and one inside as well. So we'll always encourage, discourage single-use plastics and encourage people to bring their own water bottles that they can fill up here.
You've got some good initiatives in there. You're encouraging, or you're trying to make sure you reduce the amount of waste that you're putting out in the first place by getting people to reduce single-use plastics, which is good. I think the key thing for me is try and be more consistent around the site and make sure that you've got a recycling bin next to every general waste bin.
So we have a kitchen and cafe space, and we are converting the kitchen into a training kitchen, working with a charity that work with adults with learning disabilities and autism. And then in the cafe space, we receive twice weekly deliveries from the Felix project of food that would be going to waste, and we redistribute it to those in need in the local community.
So I think those initiatives you have here are excellent. Not only are you reducing the energy that you use, reducing the waste from your own kitchen, but you're involving the local community, getting them involved with the hub here, not just through sport, but by supporting the local community. So some fantastic initiatives you've got going.
Okay, so this is one of our outdoor areas, the mulch area. It was actually created, they dug out the concrete and used it on a construction project nearby and then donated the leftover mulch. So this is a nicer area.
I think it's great. I mean, look at the fact that it's recycled materials that you've used. Local people have put these things together, so community involvement as well. And just in terms of the planting, doesn't look so good in winter, but as you say, in the summer, this will be blooming, be attracting the butterflies and the bees, etc. I think this is really good. You could maybe grow some of your own food. So, you know, some salads or some herbs, that sort of thing. Put in some local native plants. They help the birds and the bees a bit more, just because it's a more natural system that the insects are already used to. And it's important to encourage the wildlife, because those are the things that pollinate the food plants.
We're in a residential area, so a lot of our users do come by foot. For those who have slightly longer journeys, we encourage them to come by bike. We do also have really good public transport links. We're really lucky, so we try and publicise the links with the bus routes that come to just Black Prince Road outside, or Vauxhall Station or Kennington Station are easy walking distance as well. We encourage car sharing as well to try and reduce the number of cars that are coming to the site. So people who travel in e-cars can charge their cars as well.
I think what you're doing already is really good. To have the bike parking positions, encouraging people to do active transport is really good. It's not just good for the environment, but it's good for the individuals as well. You get them more active. Obviously they come in to play sports, but you get them more active in their everyday lives. It's not just about emissions and climate change, but it's also about local air quality and improving air quality. So reducing car usage really is very important.
We're really keen to know, is there anything we can do better to sort of influence and encourage the people that we work with and the people that we service in the local community?
There's one very simple answer to this, and it's have conversations, talk about these issues. You know, they're important to society, they're obviously important to your organisation, they're important to sport because we're being impacted by some of these issues. So look, individuals can make a difference, and a lot of those small actions will add up and will definitely lead to bigger changes. So for the millions of people out there that participate in sport, whether as a player, whether as an employee, a volunteer, or any aspect, all of these small things add up, and eventually they'll make a significant difference, and it'll make sure that the sports sector is playing its role in reducing our impacts on the environment. So what we hope you'll take from this video, some of these small hints and tips that we talked about today, and you'll take them into your own organisation to try and reduce your own environmental impact and play your part in reducing the impact of the sports sector.